Hold on, let me. I really need to make some more coffee. Give me a second. And get my water. What y'all know about that? He's always consistent, honey. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. He's never distant. Listen, that song is good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, baby dog. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How y'all sleep? I was up working until the middle of the night. I put this lash on too low, too. I could feel it. It is what it is. And it's coming up. Good morning, everybody. Up into the midnight hour, burning the midnight oil was dehydrating fruit so I can make me some fruit punch powder. Good morning, everybody. I got I don't know if y'all know this, but all these got they potatoes and onions for like $1.69 and $2. Did y'all know that? Like sweet potatoes and onions is cheap right now. Did y'all know that? Like a pound, 3 pounds or 4 pounds or something like that of sweet potatoes is only like $1.89 or $2. Did y'all know? Hey Queen, good morning. Did y'all know? Good morning to Dara, Miss Moore, Miss Curtis. Did y'all know that? Cranberries is $1 a bag at Aldi's. Boom. Dehydrated cranberries, y'all. Yes, baby. Mm-hmm. They broccoli is running pretty nice right now. Yeah. So if you good morning, if you look into all these is running them deals right now on the root vegetables that we be needing. Good morning, Mari. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You said not Rough Riders music. Wait a minute, what you say? Cue music, Rough Riders. Listen here. Oh, you talk now. I put some gel and stuff in my hair, and I don't like wet stuff on my face or my feet. I don't like soggy stuff. So I had to push this hair back, nephew. Looking like somebody grandma right now. That's okay, cause I is. But yeah, all these is running deals right now on like potatoes. Uh, yeah, I can't. That's so crazy that we have so many things that's similar. I can't do it. That's why I always like. That's why I really don't wear socks because now my feet sweat, not a lot, but a little bit, and they be moist. And I don't want that. I don't want no moist stuff on my feet. Good morning, Auntie Judy. Good morning, everybody. So, I'm making this stuff for my fruit punch, y'all, and oh no, that's why working out. Sometimes it's the thing, and sometimes it's that once my armpits and stuff get wet and I'm sweaty, this workout is over. This workout is over. Once anything get wet, it's over. Mm-mm. The only time I want to be wet is if I'm in the shower or the tub. Other than that, no, no, no soggy clothes and stuff. I don't want that. No, thank you. Anyway, so I wanted y'all to get on that. If you got all these where you at, please go. Girl, you like me. Yeah, it's over. Once stuff is soggy, I can't. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. 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 I don't like soggy bread or nothing. Mushy stuff. Ugh. No. It ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to do it. So anyway, Aldi's. If you have Aldi's where you are, or mom and pop stores, y'all, because now, I don't know if y'all went back and watched the rewatch, but who remembers in the last week that CERCA pulled out the map and we was reading about the people of the East? Y'all remember? And we read about the numbers, and all the hair on my body is standing up. And we talked about the courts of blood and all of that. Who remembers that? Y'all remember we just did that class the other day? Y'all see what happened yesterday or the day before yesterday? I posted it on my story. China, Russia, and North Korea is homeboys. China, Korea, and China, Korea, and North. Yeah, they done hooked up as of like 2 days ago or yesterday. We just looked at them, y'all. Y'all don't remember us doing this? I just did this the other day. I said, let's look at it. They hadn't done it yet. You remember? Uh-oh. That ain't what I was trying to do. Hold on. Y'all remember we did this the other day? There we go, girl. Y'all remember? And we talked about China, and we talked about Russia, and we talked about the East. And I said, well, all these countries over here is going to be marching. Okay, so this one I'll never change this one around because it's the opposite on both over here. They're going to be marching from this way to right here to this little bitty space. That's Israel. And it was everybody east of Iran. Remember we talked about that? We went and looked it up. And we went and looked up who is east of Iran. Because that's where the thing is. Remember we just did this. And now the people east of Iran then clicked up. Just like a day or two, maybe 3 days after we just went over this. We just read it. You said, wow, and I was talking to my husband about this too. Remember, Riz, was you in class? I just pulled this out the other day and said we was reading. I can't even remember where we was reading it. And it was talking about the enemies of the East is going to march. It was Revelations, I think. I think it was Revelations. We was reading Revelations. Well, it just happened. It was Revelations, Jace? Oh, okay. Y'all. We just, this week that just passed, last week, we talked about it earlier in the week, and then it happened Saturday or Sunday or whatever day. They standing there with their plaques, baby. North Korea and China and Russia, they all clicked up, babe. The people that's gonna make that army that we talked about. We just did. Matter of fact, I know the day because I wrote it down. Interesting. Let me go get my journal. I can tell y'all the day we studied it. This is why it's good to journal. Get my handy dandy notebook here. Get my handy dandy notebook. I can't remember which one of y'all bought this for me, but thank you because I do use it. I do. Some scroll. Here it is. It was 1129. 1129. Because I wrote down at the bottom Russia, China, Turkey, Iran. And then oh no, it was Daniel that I was reading out of. It says Daniel 11:44. But news from the east and north shall trouble him, therefore he shall go out with great fury to destroy and annihilate many. It was Daniel. We did look in what's the name too? Thank you, Pumpkin. It was Daniel. Daniel and Revelations, but it was Daniel, which is why we was reading about this. And so then we went and we looked north and east of the Euphrates. And all of that is east of the Euphrates, east and north. 200 million man army, kings of the east, marching across Asia toward the Middle East. Russia has 1.1 million active duty soldiers, 2 million on reserve. China has 2.2. Turkey has 890,000. Iran 960,000. There's 27,406,000 soldiers around the world. So for Armageddon to happen, they would need another 173 million soldiers. Y'all don't think that's crazy? We just talked on the 29th about the kings of the east clicking up and marching across Asia. And now North Korea, China, and Russia is all right there together, babe. Per yesterday or the day before. And mind you, I was studying that. Tell you what, I was studying it. That's why I skipped the time and day stuff. $5:10 a.m. 5:10 a.m. Ain't that crazy? 5:10 a.m. The guy was telling me about these armies from the east that was about to get together so they can march across Asia. And now two of the largest Asian countries, major chess moves are happening. Nephew, why would he specifically tell me to write down Daniel 11? And now it's the kings of the east marching together? Come on, man. Listen, at 5:10 in the morning on the 29th, and it happened on the 30th or the 31st. Or later on the 29th. Y'all don't think that's crazy? Let me go get my coffee. Do y'all? Nobody don't think that's crazy? You said checkers is over, they playing chess. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all don't think that's crazy though? And then people, this is why people don't want to talk to me, because I'm studying about how many quarts of blood is going to be on the ground at 5 o'clock. All right. Sorry. Crazy. So I did some vegetables last night. One of my family members, my cousin, she was like, I got some broccoli that I'm gonna dehydrate. And I said I didn't think about it in my mind. I knew I wanted to do some cauliflower and went online and did it. And so I took them big old broccoli stalks. Y'all want to see how it turned out? Some of y'all already know. Let me show y'all. So we didn't waste none of it. Hurry up and get this back on there because it's only got a couple more hours. Now this was the little bit that was left. But look, y'all. Y'all see it? This is just was the last of what was in my blender, right? But I can take this and put this in a blender. Y'all see it? There go the broccoli. This is the stalks blended up into a paste. Y'all see it? And then you can turn around and take this and put it in a blender, dry it, right? All the stalks. It's all the stalks. And it can make your broccoli soup, or you could do it with cauliflower too. Broccoli soup, yep. Yep. And then, I'm trying not to knock these on the floor. I don't know if y'all can see them on the bottom. I got some broccoli. I don't want to tip this too much, but. So, there you go, right? Don't throw them stalks away no more. So, you can take cauliflower and do it. Don't buy the frozen. Get the fresh. I got a lot of frozen vegetables and fruit in my freezer. I will be dehydrating those. I'm trying to tell you. My stuff is in there. I got strawberries and cherries, cranberries, pineapple, and mangoes in there. And as soon as they get dry, I'm going to blend them into a powder and add some sugar to it. And I just make fruit punch. Add some water. Literally. It's gonna be a powder, so I'm gonna put it in Mylar bags. Thank you, thank you. But think about this. It's just like potato soup. We get powdered potato soup, right? Powdered potato soup ain't nothing but dehydrated soup, and then you rehydrate it. That's it. Yeah. Potato soup, any packaged soup mix that you get, the onion soup mix. It ain't nothing but dehydrated soup, and all you doing is pouring more water on it and rehydrating it. You said will do. I'm at the sink washing vegetables I got from the food pantry. I'm trying to tell you. I've been working. Y'all been wondering what I've been doing. I've been working. I've been going through my freezer. I just watched a video on how to make instant potatoes. I'm going to do that this weekend. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to tell you, listen. With the way that they talk about stuff is about to be, y'all, we have to. I saw a lady making her own ketchup. I showed that. It ain't nothing but steamed tomatoes. And adding your vinegar and some sugar and whatever else you want. And you can water bath it. Now that I know, you don't have to pressure can it. You can, and it'll last for years. So I'm about to make me some ketchup too. Not this week because I got sweet potatoes, cabbage. What else? Onions and potatoes. Sweet potato, cabbage, onions and potatoes. But I'm doing fruit and vegetables this week. Yes. Yeah. I got to get that stuff going. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been trying to do. It's just, I got two of mine running, my small one and my big one. And I told y'all, I'm about to run them bad babies until January if I can. Because, again, Sweet potatoes for 3 to 5 pounds is only like $2. God turned my situation around yesterday. I went from a high car payment to no car to free car. Had to tell a whole bunch. God doing it with these cars. Ain't y'all heard that? You heard that? God turned my situation around yesterday. I went from a high car payment to no car to a free car. Free is for me, nephew. Say it out loud. Free is for me. I'm trying to tell you. That's the second one this week. He got day too. Listen. Listen. Who knows that when you do what you're supposed to, you rebuke the devourer off of your finances. Old car set broke down for a year and lost the key yesterday. Found the key and put a battery in it. Voila. Come on. God had it sitting. He had it sitting for you, nephew. Did. And you see auntie be like, yeah, no, I don't want no payments. I got other stuff that I got to do with my money. I can't, that ain't my life. I've never been a payment kind of girl. Not that I ain't had them, but I'd rather not. You said I got to give you $700 a month. You know what I can do with $700? I don't need nothing but to put some gas in this one. I'm riding it till the wheels fall off. You hear me? $700, 500, 350. That's a lot of money a month. Especially in the time I'm grateful for your blessing. Grateful for your blessing, honey. That and some you know how many vegetables a nigga can buy with $350? Especially while they $2 a bag. Listen, I be trying to think about how far it's gonna stretch. Now, for those of you, and when the wheels fall off, I might bag on and ride it. Somewhere. Put them back on. Is. Thank you for the testimony, nephew, and thank you for everybody that comes here and tells their testimony, because you know what you're doing. You walking it out in faith, and you know what's so crazy? Yep, he hit me over the head with the purpose class. Then bless me. Oh, I was about to go back. So you just gonna take the words out of my mouth? You literally gonna take, I was getting ready to ask you, was you in class when we talked about not complaining and all of that, and the pain is for a purpose and he got a blessing for you, and then you say it right on that? I was about to ask you, was you in that class? When we talked about when you quit complaining, it come faster. You don't gotta worry about it. The pain is for your purpose. It's showing you something. It's making you alert that there are some things that need to be rearranged. That's crazy. So you just gonna take the words out of my got it, nephew? Well, I'm happy. Shaking my head, confirmation I missed that class. Listen, this the thing. The other song I wanted y'all to listen to. Real quick before we get into what we getting into, because baby, if it ain't, when I tell you my daddy be doing his big one, he do. Here we go, nephew. This for you. This for you, nephew. You ready? Come on. a couple of days ago. This is the song. Yes, it's called "For My Good" by Maverick City. I was bumping this like 3 times this morning. It's Beauty in the Ashes, baby. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. It's all right. Ooh, that was wrong. We went down the wrong pipe. Ooh, and hit my books. Quit playing. Ooh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. The devil didn't want me to play that. I was supposed to play that first. Ooh, kind of getting. Y'all see that? Ooh. And I was trying to figure out where to aim it so I didn't hit my books because I knew it was coming out. That's all right. Ooh. But that's for you, nephew. He was not happy about that, but all right, let's. Anyway, you know he be mad when stuff be going on. That went down the wrong pipe, but we was also giving God glory for what he do around here. You heard me. That song I listened to, and I literally told God this morning, I'm so grateful for the ugly. I've been telling him, like, it's another song called Big by Pastor Mike. That was the third song I was going to tell y'all. Whatever he about to do is big. Let me just play a little bit of it. Just give me a second. It was 3 songs that he said I was supposed to let y'all listen to today. So I am. And it seems that they are right on. Excuse me. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Let me call my daughter back. Come on. What the heck? Hold on, y'all. Yes, ma'am. Oh, are you okay? All right, y'all. Woo. As y'all can see, my days are always busy and have. Okay. Got to see Emu this morning. She didn't want to say good morning. She said morning. You act like your grandma sometimes. All right. Yes. Listen. So, those 2 songs is for anybody that 3 songs are for anybody that needed them. They blessed my spirit this morning. And so I figured we are going to get on to this because I got to get back to work. But, that being said, oh, excuse me. Thank you for telling your testimony. Right. Thank you for telling y'all testimonies here because they bless other people because it's other people in your situation. And sometimes people don't want to say, hey, I'm sinking. I'm trying to keep up a front, but it's real crazy around here. But also, too, when you obey God, He will let things work out. But He also sometimes will let you stay in a little bit so you don't run and do that same thing over again. You hear me? Because sometimes if He take you out of it too quickly, you'll jump right back in that thing or something new that's the exact same situation. Whether it be cars, money, houses, whatever, jobs you hate, but you just gonna take it because it pay a lot of money, but you gonna be complaining every day. So, that being said, whew, He'll let you stay in it for a minute, and so you don't go and jump back into a new relationship with something that's gonna stress you out, and it don't gotta be a person. Listen, come on, come on, come on. I like that song too, Mari. You hear me? You said that's my roommate right now. Interesting. Can I ask y'all a question? And I'm going to ask it as much as I can. Thank you, nephew. Are you not happy that God told you to get, happy that God taught you to get a hold of your finances? If you weren't already a financially responsible person in the way of not just that you couldn't go buy what you wanted, you could do that, but shifting your perception of what's valuable and what's not valuable. Because I've been seeing so much stuff on the thing. I reposted a lady said that some lady went to go get her roof done and they had got an estimate a couple months ago, like back in August or something, and it was reasonable. Why, when they went and got the new estimate and got ready to pay for it, baby, they added another $15,000, talking about because of old boy's tariffs, they roof went up $15,000, and now the lady is on there talking about she don't know how she gonna get her roof fixed. And the person asked her, "Did you vote for uh, the Queen of Hearts?" And the person said yes. And they said, "Well, that's why we had to raise our prices, because you voted for the Queen of Hearts." $15,000. Because they're trying to make enough money to be able to afford the stuff that they're going to need after January to keep their countries going. Also, too, there is and some of y'all probably already watched it. There's a documentary about Cleopatra on, yeah. There's a documentary about Cleopatra, excuse me, y'all, on Netflix. Y'all seen it? It's got like 4 episodes, and baby, that third one, the third and fourth ones, the exact armor that Elon Musk wears is the exact armor that the Roman Empire wore. That thing that he wears, that shield and armor suit with the upside down cross on the back, same colors and everything. Now, oh yes, I'm gonna tell y'all what stood out to me though. When Octavian was getting ready to take over Egypt, and when he was taking over the Persians and all of that stuff, y'all, why he was so mad at Egypt, he was so mad at old girl because of what, she was doing, that he said he was going to bankrupt Egypt, and that's what he did. He said he was going to use Egypt as his bread basket because a lot of trade came through Egypt. So he was going to take all the money. He was about to crash all the businesses and everything. I said, no, we got one of those Octavians in our life right now. And he's wearing the exact same armor. We know who's behind the Queen of Hearts. And if you go and you watch it, in that third and fourth one, pay attention to what they're saying, baby. When I say I sat up in my bed, I said, oh my God. He said he was going to bankrupt Egypt. And that's what he did. Caused their whole society collapse and left the people destitute. That he didn't care. He just needed what he needed and what he wanted to do and what he was about to do, which was take over this whole whatever. I said, OMG. Oh, boy is acting like Octavian. Even the way he moving, he's acting like Octavian. So we got on one side, and we got the Roman Empire on the other. Got it. Interesting. It's Cleopatra. I don't know the exact name of it. It's Cleopatra on Netflix. It's a documentary. I don't actually know the exact name of it. If you type in Cleopatra, I'm sure it's gonna come up on Netflix, and it's real good. Just watching and seeing how things is going on right now, it's very interesting. Even in the places where the wars are being fought right now, very interesting. And do I believe that history repeats? It's called Queen Cleopatra. It's called Queen Cleopatra. There you go. Remember, seeking you shall find. They were saying in that song too. Mm-hmm. I need them to sink it back. So, pay attention. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Pay attention to everything. How they was moving, what was going on. Because I was sitting there like, I'll say this, history is repeating itself quickly. You hear me? Fast. Real fast. You said that's what I heard, so I didn't share. What you mean? Okay. So, Bible Gateway. Oh, Seeking You Shall Find. Got it. Cleopatra. Netflix. Come on. You're welcome. I need you to be in your easy read version of the Bible on Bible Gateway if you can, please. And I need you to go to James 1. Please. Y'all ready? You said armor. Well, I don't know. Let's get it. You'll be able to gauge. I don't know. I don't know. We about to see. Interesting. It says, greetings from James, a servant of God, of the Lord Jesus Christ, to God's people who are scattered all over the world. My brothers and sisters, you will have many kinds of trouble. Trouble. Please look up the definition of trouble. What is the definition of trouble? Tell me. I didn't know. What's the definition of trouble? Trouble. What is it? Ooh. Difficulty or problems, a state or condition of distress, annoyance, or difficulty. Anybody felt any of that before? You ever been in distress, annoyed, or having difficulty or problems? Anybody? Yeah. In a situation? You said yes, ma'am. Okay. Cause distress or anxiety. To agitate mentally, spiritually, to worry or disturb someone. Okay. But this gives you a reason to be very happy. You know that when your faith is tested, you learn to be patient in suffering. If you let that patience work in you, the end result will be good. How many of you, yep, and half the time I wasn't even supposed to be in a situation, that part. Moving on, Nisi Poo. Just quit telling my business. That's what I need you to do. So, with that, and I'm just going to go from when you got here, because I don't know what you did prior to being here. This is since you have been a part of WOIU. Are there things that you thought that you couldn't live without, or impulses that you had that you trying to line up with what the word of God says has now produced patience in you, and you have been blessed for it? Whereas you might have went out and made it happen, but you waited and you said, God, I'm going to wait on you to do it. You said, nah, You used to go on out and get it. You said chunky monkey ice cream. Hilarious, whatever it is. Right? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do it. But waiting on God and staying in the situation, because not doing nothing yourself means you allow yourself to stay. You said yes, and life is much less stressful. Okay. You said yes. I'm just saying. Stuff before that you would have figured it out, and honey, I'm about to, you be like, Dad, I'm going to just let you take care of it. But he came back, and he made it worth your while. Did he or did he not? Dad, I thought you told me she was going to stay out of my business. Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's keep going then. Come on. Well, come on. Uh-huh. Excuse me. Yep. So you know that when your faith is tested, you learn to be patient in suffering. If you let that patience work in you, the end result will be good. And you will be mature and complete. And you will be all that God wants you to be. Not what you want to be, what God wants you to be. Because the test and the suffering that you are going to go through is preparing you for where he's taking you. Do you hear me? If you don't get the knowledge, you won't stay. If you don't get the temperaments, you won't be able to handle it. You'll get there, but you'll burn out quickly. You hear me? Think about if you live 900 years and God said, for 4 of your generations, you're going to suffer. You hear me? You hear me? We got 90 years or so. But what if you live 900 years and God said for 4 of your generations, everybody in your family is going to suffer, and you know that everybody around you living, say, 700 or 800 years. So when you compare that to how long we have to suffer right now, if God put a curse or something on you, or curse your family or whatever it was, and you had to live for 700 years, and half of that time you were cursed, that's a long time. That's a long time. So how long have you really suffered? You hear me? How long? And when you suffered, what did you get out of it? What did you learn? Did you learn to be more of a complainer? Did you? Did you learn to teach people how to talk crazy about God, even though he done done every single thing they asked for, as long as their hearts was right? I mean, what did you? Or did you teach people, yeah, I don't know, and yeah, my life is crazy right now, but God will show up. I don't know when, but I know he will. Do you make God look like a bad dad? Because when you're complaining to people about what is not right in your life, you are making God look like he's not a good father to you. Why would I want your Jesus if you always complaining about your job? Then you tell me he gave it to you. Okay. That part. How much do you trust him? Yes, because I know I've acted a fool and had a few tantrums. God gave me this house, but you complain about it. Hilarious. You said, "Sir, I think you be lurking in our morning prayer line chat." No, I don't even know how to get in there. You said, "Get out my journal." Okay. Well, I don't be. Y'all know I'm not in that thing. I don't know how to get in there. I ain't been in there since y'all been in there. It's been 3 years. Listen, I ain't been over there. You said yes, you is. No, I'm not. I promise. Hilarious. That's funny. I don't know what y'all talk about in there, cause I don't be over there. Y'all know I don't be in there. Who giving her our footnotes? Uh-oh. I don't know. Moving on. It it says, oh, do any of you need wisdom? Ask God for it. I don't, you know I don't be on no prayer lines. Y'all know I don't be over there. I think they're good, but not no. I can't. The hammer come out several times this morning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't be over there. Interesting. 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 All right. So it says, do any of you need wisdom? Ask God for it. He is generous and enjoys giving to everyone. So he will give you wisdom. But when you ask God, you must believe and don't doubt him. Whoever doubts is like a wave in the sea that is blown up and down by the wind. People like that are thinking two different things at the same time. They can never decide what to do. So they should not think they will receive anything from God. I'm sorry, from the Lord. Believers who are poor should be glad that God considers them so important. Is believers who are rich should be glad when bad things happen that humble them. Their riches won't keep them from disappearing as quickly as wildflowers. As the sun rises and gets hotter, its heat dries up the plants and the flowers fall off. The flowers that were so beautiful are now dead. That's how it is with the rich. While they are still making plans for their businesses, they will die. And y'all wonder why I kept telling y'all this is not about money for me at all. I'm okay with not having a lot of money because then that means my daddy gonna come see about me. That means that if I don't have it, that means he's got it. I don't have to have it long as he got it. Remember I told y'all I don't have to have favor and fair but to feel good. Do you hear me? I don't have to have it, but he got it. Then he gonna come see about me because he know I got a need. You hear me? Come on, come on. I don't gotta be stressed about it. Do I have I worried it back in the day before I really understood? Yeah, I used to be stressed, but then I used to be thinking every time I get mad, he already be and it'll be on its way to me, and it just ain't got there when I wanted it. So I quit complaining. People like, you ain't worried about this and you ain't worried about that. No, I'm not worried about it. I don't see how you just sitting here easy because I already know if he tied my hands, that means he already done worked it out for me. I don't gotta. Hey Tasia, I don't gotta stress about it. This has been my life for over 20 years. Well, how you gonna get a house and you ain't got this, and how you gonna do this, and how you gonna get there, and how you gonna? I don't gotta worry about it. He brought me over here, so that means he already got it. He already done took care of it. I don't have to worry. You hear me? I do want to show y'all something though. You know how you can go in your messages and it'll bring up your memories. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about? Mm-mm. Now I saved it. What the heck? This is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on, y'all. Seriously, Dad? Where was I at? Mm. Oh my goodness. There we go. Look, y'all. Is this it? Just a little bit of my stash, y'all. It's not a whole lot. Just a little bit. But I'm getting there. Trying to prep for this stuff that we have never seen before. Just a little bit of my stash, y'all. Guess what day this was? You see it? When I saw that today, what am I doing today? I'm dehydrating vegetables. And I just started cackling because I said, Dad, you be making me feel like it's right now. Homemade croutons, y'all. Just in case it's not no bread or nothing, I could put these on top of a soup or something for sustenance. Or sustenance. I don't know how you say it. Homemade croutons, y'all. Just in case. 2020, December the 3rd. You want to know what's sitting on my cabinet right now? Homemade croutons from about a month ago. I said, the feeling that y'all have right now with, oh my God, I had it in 2020, y'all. I had it in 2019. I had it in 2017. Not saying nobody else didn't. But when I tell you I cackled this morning, because I'm like, Dad, you really was telling me, hurry up. Learn this, because you're going to have to teach other people. Learn how to survive with like cutting your grocery bill in half because food is going to be too expensive. You ain't going to be able to eat the way you eat now if you don't change the way that you process your food and do the different things that you do. When I tell y'all it brought me to tears this morning, I was like, God, thank you. Because that grueling process that I went through, when people was like, why you just don't, and why you just don't, and why you just don't, and why you just don't, they everywhere. Why you just don't? I didn't realize that this is what I was going to be doing. Hey, you need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to do that. Guess what? Had my finances have always been the way that I wanted, this would have never been a thing. It would have never been a thing because I ain't about to do that. I got stuff to do. I just buy it. But God knew there was going to come a time when we wasn't going to be able to just buy it. You hear me? I saw that this morning and I was like, what the heck? You hear me? It's been 4 years of faithfully consistent communicative God. Listen, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Do you hear me? And I was getting called crazy and overreacting then. You hear me? You doing too much. Ain't nobody got time to be doing all that. And then I start asking God, am I crazy? Why do you have me doing this? He said, just hold on a little bit. It's going to be very important, not just to you. Not just to you. So the suffering and the teasing and the getting laughed at and folks talking behind my back and all of that kind of stuff that I had to go through, it's helped a lot of people. So the suffering, you see what I'm saying? The fact that a lot of my family members are calling me and asking me about the lost books right now, I suffered with them. They hurt my feelings. They went through, man, it was crazy. But I can say right now, all of that suffering, it made me more mature. I got more wisdom. I got more knowledge. I got a closer relationship with God. You hear me? You hear me? What was in the chat too? I might have to get over there. Y'all, I didn't know. Listen. Y'all know I don't do prayer lines. I don't do prayer lines, so y'all know I ain't over there. I don't do prayer lines. No, I don't. I ain't saying it bad. I'm just saying I don't. You know? So y'all know I don't be over there. Mm-mm. Interesting. Got it. Well, so God be letting me hear y'all conversations. So can I ask y'all a question for real, for real? This ain't even trying to be funny. In real life. Just imagine if you were my friend and you're having secret conversations about me. People do not believe that God be allowing me to hear. He'll let me hear conversations. He'll let me like see scenes. And I'd be like, what is this about? And then a person comes into my life and I'd be like, or he'll give me a scenario in my mind to talk about, and it be just what the person just did. And this is why people, they move away. Because I don't have to be where you at for God to tell me what's being said or what's being done. I'm telling you, it used to spook me out a lot. But also, that whole empath feeling thing, it don't be off. And I don't gotta be where you at to feel what you're doing. And my kids will tell you this, and my ex-husband. This is how after a while, folks start trying to call me a witch. No, my Holy Ghost is real whether you believe it or not. And it don't have to look like what you want it to look like. It don't. But God be telling me people's, he, on the word too, but also outside of that. They motives, why they said what they said, if they was being slick when they said it. He let me know. And he also lets me know when a person is not being honest with me about who they are to me. Because he know I want to be okay. You hear me? I'm telling you. And this is why I don't really be having no friends. Because I be like, dang, I thought you was going to be around for a long time. God said, no. They not who they say they is, I promise you. That's why I just be in my hole. That's why I just be in here, because, baby. Mm-mm-mm. Interesting. Okay. Here we go. It says, great blessings belong to those who are tempted and remain faithful. Thank you, Dad. After they have proved their faith, God will give them the reward of eternal life. God promised this to all people who love him. Whenever you feel tempted to do something bad, you should not say, God is tempting me. Evil cannot tempt God, and God himself does not tempt anyone. You are tempted by the evil things you want. Your own desire leads you away and traps you. Your desire grows inside you until it results in sin. Then the sin grows bigger and bigger, and finally it ends in death. My dear brothers and sisters, don't be fooled about this. Everything good comes from God, and every perfect gift is from him. These good gifts come down from the Father who made all the lights in the sky. The ones everybody tripping about right now, yep, he made them. But God never changes the shadows from those lights. He is always the same, and I'm grateful for that. God decided to give us life through the true message he sent to us. He wanted us to be the most important of all that he created. Now, this right here. My dear brothers and sisters, always be more willing to listen than to speak. Keep control of your anger. Anger does not help you live the way that God wants. Who'll agree? But I tell you all the time, I don't want to be mad. And I stay away from people that try to keep me irritated. I stay away from people that their character ain't really what they say, because I'm going to be mad. So I'm going to move around. I'll be in here by myself before I be walking around mad. I don't care if it's kids, who it is. I'm not fooling. You want to keep me mad? I can't be around you. If you always angry, that is a negative emotion and it transfers. I don't want it. So if I got to get in here and turn my music on and be in here coloring by myself, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to be mad all day. I don't want to be irritated. I don't want to be catty. I don't want to be none of that. Take too much energy. I could be focused on dehydrating some vegetables or something, reading a book, learning about Cleopatra, anything. Y'all niece called me yesterday talking about, Mom, if I come get you, will you help me build my bed? And will. I will. We went over the plans yesterday. I could be doing something else with my time. Get this, if I would have never had no money, that wouldn't have been a question that she would have asked me. Because I didn't have no money, so I had to build their beds. Well, 10 years later, she about to build hers. And her shelf, and her this, and her that. Had I have not gone through, had I have not had the money to go buy brand new bedroom sets, I would not have the skill. And I made them help me build the beds that they slept in. I showed y'all. But 10 years later, 11 years later, guess what she about to do? Build a beautiful bed for a fraction of the cost, so she ain't got to go in debt. She counting up the cost. I could pay $2,000, but Mama, that ain't about how much? About $200 and some time. And you can build that exact same thing. You got your staple gun and stuff? I do. Oh, okay. You got your glue gun? Yep. Oh, okay. Save yourself $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 after you get done trying to buy a bedroom suit, and you could have built one for a little bit of nothing. You ain't got to be like everybody else. You're going to love it more because you made it from your own hands. But had I never been in a situation where I didn't have the finances, this would not be a question. I'm about to buy me a sewing machine because I want a new comforter set. Come on. That part. That part. If I can make it myself, I'm not buying it. If I can do it myself, I'm not paying nobody. Being like that, because folks try to take advantage. And I always been a mama since I was 16, so I ain't got just free money just roaming all over the place to be thrown away. And it will cost, yeah. I could easily sell this shelf for $4,000 because of just what it's made out of and how much it weighs and how much it will hold. It did not even cost a fraction. Easily put this on the marketplace. Both of them together, I could easily get $4,000. It's a solid wood shelf, weigh over 200 pounds. A plywood shelf can cost you $400, $490, $300 and something, and it don't even hold nothing. I don't care how much it costs. How long will it last? Just like nephew just said, had the car payment, then no car payment, then no car, and put a battery in a car, and now I got a free car and no car payment. Come on with it. And so then God freed up some finances for him. I don't know how much the car payment was, but God freed up however much that is. Well, that's a whole bunch of survival stuff for whatever. Even if the car payment was $450 get you a lot of survival stuff, babe. sometimes people look at losing things as a negative thing. Sometimes God is trying to take the weight off of your shoulders, and you be trying to hold on to it, but you steady complaining about how you can't afford it or how you can't. He said, well, I've been telling you to let it go. That's why you've been struggling to hold on to it. Because I got something better for you, and it's going to work out. What God gives to you, it don't add no sorrow. I'm telling you. I can look at my life right now, and I can look at my life 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I went to beauty school. I didn't have to get no loans. God allowed somebody to pay for my school cash. $9,000 and I owe $1,000 cash. I've been able to benefit off of that for over 20 years. There's a vehicle that he allowed somebody to buy for me. I drove it for 7 years. I never had to pay a payment on it. And it was mine. And when they bought it, it wasn't no raggedy nothing. It was top of the line for what I wanted. I like pretty tails. God allowed somebody to walk up to my house and say, I was thinking about you, and I brought you these 4 sets of beautiful Egyptian cotton towels, baby, but the washcloths is $25 a piece. Well, come on with it then. Still got them to this day. How many days did I have to work for that? 0. 0 days. But I told God I wanted some beautiful towels, and within a week they showed up to my door. Did I have to go through ugly? Yes. Did people tell me that God wasn't blessing me because of the situation I was living in? Yes. Did that mean that the blessings stopped coming? No. I was being tested to see if when I was homeless and somebody offered me a 7,000 square foot house, would I stay homeless? When back then they offered me a $500 a week allowance, would I stay homeless? When I got offered to go out west and do certain things, would I stay in a situation, or was I going to go and try to make a name for myself? When I probably didn't have $30 in my bank account, if I even had one. Come on. That part. Yeah, that ain't bragging. Listen, I'm going to tell you what makes me upset. When you talk about what God did for you, you bragging. But when people talk about what they did themselves, that's not bragging. My truck was repoed, and my dad sold me his car in perfect condition for $2,500. After $500, he said God told him not to collect no more money because God paid for it. You hear me? People get mad. I get to tell you about what God did for me. Because I didn't have it to do. That's where he get his glory from. If I had said I wanted some fettuccine alfredo and there was nothing in my freezer or refrigerator to make it, and as soon as it comes out of my mouth, my ex-husband's auntie knock on the door because she work at a place where she cook, and she got a whole silver pan filled to the rim, overflowing with chicken broccoli alfredo, and the rolls and the salad, and said, this was extra. I figured y'all might want some of it, so I brought it over here. And my ex-husband just turned to me like this and look, that's it. And I didn't have to cook it. And I ain't talking about no little pan. I'm talking about the big ones, the big silver ones, the bottom about to bust out of it full. Something as simple as I want that. And we was in a financial situation, so I really didn't have it to go get. That be happening to me too. I love it. I'm trying to tell you. I built the furniture outside my house, porch too. God is amazing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. People get mad at you Because when you listen to God, it produces stuff in your life. It do. And they be mad about it. I don't care. I used to feel bad. I don't. Put your faith to the test. You cannot make me feel bad because you put your trust in you and I put my trust in God. Well, God said, a man that don't work, don't eat. I said, who said I ain't working? Just because I ain't clocking in for nobody. Are you going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to answer the phone and stay on the phone with a person for 6 hours to make sure they don't unalive themselves? I would call that work. Do you have enough gall to sit down with a person that you know for a fact is talking behind your back and have a pleasant conversation with them, even though you know they tearing you down every single time that they can? I would call that work. Can you sit and teach with a person that literally had their hands around your neck and tell them God loves them too? Can you do it? Because I would call, no. Oh, okay. Well, then your work ain't my work. But I'm working. Just because you don't see me leaving my house don't mean I don't work. And God pays me well for the things that I do. And he has way before TikTok. Whether you see it or not, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because my faith don't have nothing to do with what you feel like it looked like. You wasn't there in the midnight hour when I was like, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Where am I going to put these kids? Where are we supposed to go? What I'm supposed to do? What? So you wasn't there when my faith was being produced. You wasn't there when he told me what it is that he needed me to do. You was not there. I know it's on. Give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let this play. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. That part. That part. Yes. Y'all wasn't there. Nobody knows what it cost for you to be who you are today, because they wasn't there when God picked you up from wherever you were living. And that's why I don't care what nobody say, because you wasn't there. Well, I don't care. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when he came and got me. You wasn't there when none of my family was. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when he told me what my calling is. You wasn't there. And you don't know what it cost me to be right here. You don't know what it cost me to be able to say, no, I'm telling you God will do it. You don't know. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when I disappointed him and he picked me back up and dusted me off and said, try again. You was not there, honey. Wasn't nobody there with Mary when she probably was tired of dating them men and scrubbing her skin and all of the things because she wanted a different life. You wasn't there when he met her at that well. You wasn't there when she could see the men's faces flashing all the time, and then God wiped her mind clean and she didn't think about none of them. When she didn't have to think about the abuse that she endured being a woman of the night. You wasn't there. Everybody want to be you until they find out what you went through. I'm trying to tell you. And I've had plenty of people tell me to my face, oh no, I couldn't do that. Oh, I know. And think that they making some kind of statement, and then you be mad when you see the blessings that I get. Or you be mad when you see the things that God does for me in my life, whether it's physical or not, it's still a blessing. If he lets me come out of a situation and not look like what I've been through, or whatever, blessing my children, or whatever else it is that the favor that he put on my life. But I ain't gonna say I had to work for it, but I had to endure some suffering to get it. You hear me? Nobody was there when God found you. Nobody was there when you had your days. Nobody. That's why I say this is a personal relationship with God. Nobody was there. Nobody was there when he told me how to run this school. Nobody was there 7 years ago when he told me what to write down and what to look up. No, nobody was with me. I was by myself studying every day. I didn't have nobody to come and say, oh my God, look at this, blah, blah, blah. It was just me. Because most people, just like today, didn't want to hear what I had to say. So my suffering and the outcome of my suffering, it don't matter what it look like to nobody. Because when I get off of this camera, don't nobody know what I talk to God about. And you should feel the same way about your relationship with God. Your secret conversations that you have with him, that maybe you don't even tell your mama or your spouse or your kids about. They wasn't there. They wasn't there when you thought about unaliving yourself or running yourself into something. They wasn't there when you opened up your cabinets and there was no food in there and God let somebody knock on your door. They wasn't there when he let somebody walk up to your house and give you the gas money that you need for the rest of the week, but you didn't call nobody. They wasn't there. They don't know the cost of the oil that you have, that you sacrificed to Christ. Nobody knows. You hear me? You can tell them, but that's not the entirety of it all. You can give them an experience. You can tell them about the experience, but they didn't feel the emotions you had to go through. The gut-wrenching cries that you had, where you couldn't even get no sound out because you were so hurt. They were not there. When my mom told me to leave her house and I didn't have nowhere to go at 11 or 12 years old, I didn't know y'all then, but none of y'all was there when I had to trust God to feed me every day and so I could bathe and all of the things at 11, 12 years old. Y'all wasn't there. So when I sit here in front of y'all, the oil, the cost of being able to sit here is the sum of the suffering and pain that I went through. It's the equation, and then right up is the answer. The answer is, I got something for you to do, and you're going to need all of these ugly experiences so that you can reach the people that I need you to reach. The pressure, come on. So the moment somebody try to tell you that you wasn't there when God found me, you was nowhere around when he picked me up. Go away. We see the cleaned up version of the agonizing journey. Come on. I don't care what it looked like to nobody, because wasn't nobody looking when I was going through it. Matter of fact, they ignored me. Or had something to say. But when the blessings, listen, here we go. So get rid of everything evil in your lives. Every kind of wrong you do. Here we go. I had a very good friend, and people said, you should marry him. He takes even my daughter talked about it yesterday. She said, Mom, I've seen unconditional love because of how that man loved you. And you wasn't, like, y'all wasn't together or nothing. She said his whole purpose was to make you happy. You didn't even have to say nothing. He paid attention to you well enough to know what made you happy. And he was just happy because you was happy. Do y'all realize that was as close in human form? If I had to describe it to someone how God treats me, I would use him as an example. All of my needs were taken care of, whatever that was. And he would move heaven and earth to try to do it. This man wasn't even a Christian, didn't even go to church. If my girls needed anything, he was gonna make sure. If I needed to use the truck for the day, it was gonna be gas money up in the overhead. So just in case I ran all the gas, he probably just put in there 2 days in there. It was some more gas. Love is an action word. God's love in your life should produce action. On your part. God told me, wake up and study every day. This is for years. This was the deal. Get the kids off to school, start your dinner, study until they get home. My faith made me get up and get a notebook and sit down with a pen and paper and say, what do you want me to read? What would have been the opposite of that? Me fussing about me not having a job, making me ask myself, what do I give God for everything he does for me? Come on. Am I faithful? Am I dependable? Someone he can trust? Come on. The opposite of me not acting on faith would have been me getting up and getting on my computer, putting in applications when he said sit down and read. You know what started happening? My dinner would be done minutes before my kids came home, or 30 minutes. laundry would be completely finished. Because when I put what he wanted me to do in front of what I felt like I needed to do, everything started to work out. I wasn't running behind time. Time was running behind me. I was always ahead of what it was that I needed to do. He stretched the hours. He stretched the time to where I had so much time during the day, I could just do whatever I wanted. But it ain't like I hadn't been at home. I always been at home. But laundry would be piled up. I would never have time. I never had time. And that's because I didn't put my act. God said, do this, do this, do this. And I'll work it out for you. I'll know how is that going to work. That's backwards and this and that. And every time, tomorrow, I'm still trying to do what I was supposed to do yesterday. But he freed up the time because I acted in faith and said, God, I don't know why you want me to read, but I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get the kids out, and I'm gonna sit here with this notebook. I'm gonna sit here with my pad, my tablet, and look up scriptures and words all day. I don't know why you got me doing this. That was me putting my faith in action because I didn't have no job and I still had bills. I still had rent, still had kids, still had food I needed to buy, phone bills I needed to pay, and everything. But when he started showing me the receipts compared to, or telling me, okay, add up the value of the things that you received this month that you didn't have to work for. Add up the value of the things that I had such and such send you. Add up the value of the things that you got when you went to the Goodwill and you only spent $20, but now I need you to go online and look up the price tags of what those things cost, even used, and how much it would be. And it started blowing my mind. Because it didn't matter how much money I had. Whatever I needed, as long as I got up and I put him first in the morning, he sent it. He sent it. Whether it be gas money, medicine money, it didn't matter. He sent it. And I had enough time to study, pray, cook, clean, and talk to somebody if I needed to. You see what I'm saying? And was able to teach other people how to do it. But had I have never had to go through the ugly, I wouldn't have never even known how to do it myself. Faith without works is dead. Come on. Here we go. Be humble and accept God's teaching that is planted in your lives. Planted in your hearts. This teaching can save you. Can I ask you a question? How many of y'all was severely fighting in your mind prior to coming to WOIU? You were fighting severe battles just in your mind, not even in your body. How many of you couldn't make a decision and stick to it? You still fighting in your mind like that? You said I was in a deep, dark depression. Got it. Are you still in that place now? Are there people that used to be throwing that thing back and around, and now you wouldn't even let nobody touch you with a 10-foot pole? It's okay, pumpkin. You'll come out of it. God got you. Sometimes he let us stay. No. Okay. So did the word save your life? Did teaching save your life? Did looking up words and understanding to keep your body and to not do this and to not overspend, to count up the cost of the words that you're going to say, did it save your life? He will, pumpkin. This is the part of the suffering. It ain't always going to go away right away. Because some things God told us not to get into and we did it anyway. So we got to suffer the consequences, but he's still going to work. My failed marriage is helping people right now. Me being a single mom with no help, helping people right now. Me not being able to get a job, helping people right now. Me getting kicked out of church, helping people right now. Every negative situation that I went through in my mind, my body, finances, whatever, it is helping someone else see right now. Not being accepted, helping somebody right now. Telling the truth about who I used to be, helping somebody right now. You said save me from getting a bracelet on my wrist. Uh-oh. The ugly is for a purpose. We really are Harriet and Harry Tubmans. But you gotta go. She had to be beaten, dragged back into slavery, sleeping outside under the stars, wet, cold, hungry, tired. All of these different things. I feel the power of God right now. It's all over my legs and arms. To be able to tell other people how to get free. She had to go through the ugly. She had to go through to mark the trees and not know what was ahead of her, but not want to go back. It's scarier to me to stay in a situation where everything is horrible than to go and see what I'm tired of seeing the same thing. I'm tired of seeing slaves beat. I'm tired of seeing people die. I'm tired of seeing children assaulted. I'm tired of saying yes, master. I'm tired. I want to be free from this mess. And I will risk everything that I own to get free. I lost my children for a time, family members, all of my physical possessions. And my mom was almost gone too for a minute because it was so crazy. The weight and the pressure was so intense. I couldn't imagine God loving me and feeling that. But when I realized that he was producing the diamond named CERCA TROVA, he gave me a new name too. And for 3 years, almost, I haven't really heard my name. I wonder if that's how Paul and Peter and Simon them felt when he gave them a new name. Yeah, I miss it. But he'll give you a new name to go with your new life. And sometimes you'll yearn for that old life because it was everything you knew. But you won't trade it in for the new one you got. Do I be sad? Yeah. But do I want to go back to the old person? No. Not the 16-year-old me, not the 14-year-old me, not the 22-year-old me, not the 27-year-old me, not the 35, not the 40, not the 41, 42, 43. 44, Lord's will, March, I'll be 45. Baby, I don't want to go back to the person I was 3 years ago. I was just looking at some pictures today and I was like, God, you can see the sadness in my face. You can see the disappointment and the dismay and just... And that's why that Beauty for Ashes song, baby, listen. It hit so hard this morning. I was like, God, thank you. Because 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, this time, I went back all the way to 17, 18, every year around this time. Because for that time period I was married, it was, you could just see it in my face. I was just faking smiles and everything. I do not want to go back there. I don't. So if I had to suffer to get patience, if I had to suffer to get faith, if I had to suffer to get what I have right now, and I'm not talking about physical things, I'm talking about the peace of mind that I have, the courage that I have to speak against whatever it is that God tells me, whatever to say, what He tells me to say, to live the way He's asking me to live. Am I perfect? Heck no. But are there a lot of things that I struggled with 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago that I don't struggle with now? Yep. Did He take them away right away? No. But I guarantee you this, He allowed them to stay, and so I'm not running back to them because I remember how I felt. I remember the scenes I'm trying to shake out my mind. I remember the being tossed to and fro and can't make a decision and can't stay. And I remember trying to find the best answer when it's all the answers is crazy. I remember. And what I traded for the peace that I have now, hell no. No. Do I have normal human emotions? Yeah, I'm human. But do it feel like it used to? I can get up and say, okay, I want to see today. It was days I couldn't do that. It was days I didn't want to face the day. I just want to get back in my bed and just, I don't even have the energy. I just don't have the mental capacity. I don't want to go back there. Studying the Word gave me a new life. Understanding that the ugly makes something so beautiful. I'm telling you, like I can't even put it into words, the feeling that I felt this morning when I was listening to those 3 songs, and it was like, dang, Dad, you really took all of my ugly and let it help other people in more ways than I can count. And He kept telling me, the stuff that the devil meant for bad, I'm going to turn it around for your good. And I couldn't hear that because all I kept seeing felt like was crazy. And I was like, how is this, what is this going to be used for? What can I use this for? How is this going to help? Like, I don't see it. But when I stopped complaining about what was wrong and just started telling them thank you for what was good, for what was okay, I started to see better in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, in my strength, in my courage, in so many different areas, in my understanding, in my wisdom. Things changed. But why, I asked this question the other day, why should He do more when you already ain't satisfied with what He already doing? You begged for the job you have, and now you have it, and you complain to everybody that'll listen. You begged for the vehicle. You asked God to make it, whatever, and He kept telling you no, but you wanted it, so He gave it to you. The spouse, whatever. He knew more than you, but sometimes He'll give it to you so you can see, I know better than you. Not that He ain't even going to work that out for your good, because that's going to be a testimony to somebody too. Wow. Well, He will. He will help her. There are only some things that God can help you with. There's plenty of things in my life men couldn't help me. Humans, when I say men, I mean people. Humans couldn't help me with. Yes, amen. God is great. I feel and now I understand the new life as well. Remember I told you, girl, I said, you ain't gonna want to go back to that old life. This a new life and it's different. It don't feel the same and it's more challenging. But baby, I ain't going back. I do not want to go back to. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's why I say here, when you really start to look back, you know that's not when I look back over my life, right? That go in 5 year increments, go in 10 year increments, go in 6 month increments, and really, this is why I be begging y'all to journal because, baby, when you go back, you be like, oh my God, God, I forgot I even went through that. You did bring me through that. I don't even feel the pain from that no more. That's so crazy. It changed your perception. The word is medicine. And some medicine, it take 30 days to get into your system. Some medicine, you got to be on it for a year in order for it to work and regulate things. Not going back, sis. These old demons be coming out the woodworks. I'm trying to tell you. I already know. And they gonna use what the devil, he don't care. He'll use your dog to piss you off. He don't care. He'll use whoever he wants to get under your skin. But this is why I try to stay away from angry folks too. And I try to stay away from people that get a rise out of ruining other people's day. No, I don't want no parts of it. No, I don't. You always mad, you always irritated, you always angry, you always like no laughs, no joy, no peace. Made me think about Herod. Herod was miserable. Herod was miserable. And because he was miserable, he wanted everybody else to be miserable too. Even in death, he wanted people to suffer because he knew that he had been so rotten that nobody would even care that he was dead. So on his deathbed, he devised a plan to cause everybody in the cities that he owned the same pain that he felt like his kids was going to feel when he died. I don't want no parts of it. You suffering, so you going to make everybody else suffer. Got it. You broke, so you going to help everybody else lose their money. You single, so you going to help everybody else lose their spouse. Or whatever it is. Go away. Now, here we go. Back to it. My best friend literally used to be used by God to tell what already gonna happen. Hurt people. I don't want to hurt no parts of that. People be too busy watching your life trying to find out what's wrong in your life instead of finding out what's wrong in their life. I don't got time to be worried about what a person is or isn't doing because I'm just trying to make sure that I'm doing it. I can't watch your life because I'm too busy watching mine. And I'm trying to make sure I'm checking all my T's and crossing all my T's and dotting all my. I can't worry. Not that I'm not concerned about your relationship. God, I am. But I don't got time to be watching you trying to figure out what you doing and all. God knows. I don't have to worry about it. And if he want me to know, he'll tell me. But as for me sitting and trying to figure out what you mean by what you said, I don't got to. I just got to ask God, what did you mean by what you said? What was your intentions for saying what you said? He gonna tell me. And then I know how to move with you from then on. Think about this. Let's use this as an example. So say, for instance, I tell you something. right? Say, for instance, I tell you something. And then later on in the flick, because you think you know something about me, you make a statement that you think is going to hit me. And the only reason you know is because I told you. Right? But say there's a person that I never told nothing to that comes and talks to me about a situation that I know for a fact they shouldn't know. Which one of those things you think is going to be more effective in me changing the way I move, if there needs to be a change? Is it the same effect if I told you my business and you wait a little bit and you come in because you think you know something about me, you try to throw something out there? Or is it more effective if a person that don't even know me come and tell me about my situation? That's right. Right. The only reason you can bring it back to me is because I told you. Right? But if a person that don't know me come talking to me about my, and I know for a fact there's no way that it's going to hit me different. Because I'm thinking the only reason you saying what you saying is because of what I told you. Right? I'm saying though, like say, okay, I say, oh, I'm fighting with this. And so then you get a fake revelation. Oh, God told me to tell you, you only know that information or that I'm struggling with that because I told you. Stop it. But if a person that I don't know, that I meet in the store randomly, come up and start talking to me about something that I'm dealing with secretly, oh yeah, my ears is open. Some people try to find the right time to use what it is that you have given them to call themselves checking you or whatever else it is. You're not checking me if I told you. You're not making me feel no way if I told you. But somebody that I don't know, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, God, you meant business with that. Like with my godmother, I ain't talked to her about certain stuff, and she come and she tell me something. She's not making an assumption on what I told her, trying to figure out how to. She don't even know. She don't even know. God told her. It almost reminds me of like the old church mothers. Have any of y'all ever dealt with an old church mother and how messy they can be? Anybody? They know everybody business, so they making it like God gave them revelations when whole time it's just because they didn't sit down and talk with them or somebody else then came and told them. It ain't no revelation. God didn't tell you that. Such and such told you. So now you feel like you going to try to throw something out there to make them think that you're whatever. Whole time you heard it from somebody or you heard it from the horse's mouth. It's a different thing. And then that's when you got to use discernment and see if a person is trying to call themselves throwing whatever. Because you only know that because I told you. You're only able to even repeat this because I told you. And now I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to use it as a dagger to cut me instead of a knife to cut me loose. You hear me? Why you didn't take what you thought you knew about me and just pray about it and keep it to yourself? Have that be something that you prayed about in secret? You see what I'm saying? So even in the word, God will teach you about intentions. He'll teach you about character. For real. He'll teach you to listen. Why a person is saying what they're saying. Or why a person is trying to get close to you. Or why a person want to know. You said, godparent, this sounds deeper than initially realized. What you mean? Oh, you mean like, oh, got it. Well, if you think about it, God was always sending the people that he used, he always sent them a parent that wasn't their natural parent. Whether it be a prophet, a minister, a priest, he sent them someone that was going to parent them spiritually, not just in the natural. You see what I'm saying? And my godmother, baby. But I had other godmothers, right? That would either listen to what my mom told them about me, and then they would come and try to fake prophesy to me, and they don't know that I know my mama told them. So they trying to give me a word, and the only reason you're talking to me about this is because my mama said something to you. This ain't from God. You being messy. You hear me? So they would try to act like what they were saying was from God when really it's not. You talk to my mom or you talk to one of the other people in the church. Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. But you didn't talk to somebody else and they told you my business. It happened to me. I told you when I got pregnant. I told one of my people in the church that I was pregnant. And then the pastor called me in the office and was like, God told me to ask you if you're pregnant. God told you or old girl told you? Because I just told her Tuesday. And it's Sunday and you pulling me in the office. So you going to lie in the pastor's office and say God told you. Right. Talking to my ex and suddenly you hit my phone after months of silence. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to tell you. It be the fake revelations for me. Real life. And I done dealt with plenty of them. So I be peeping spirits and I might not say nothing, but I peep. Learned. That's another part of maturity and wisdom that I learned. Just because I see it don't mean I gotta say nothing about it. Moving on. And my daddy be telling me stuff and I just leave it. And then once it come out, I be like, oh, okay, Dad, I knew that was you. Because how else would I have known that was being said or done when I don't even leave my house? Interesting. Here we go. Do what God's teaching says. Don't just listen and do nothing. How many of y'all used to read the Bible before, but you didn't actually do what it says? And now that you actually understand, now you actually do what it says. And maybe not to the T, but your life has definitely changed from you just going to church and reading the Bible on Sunday and doing what you think God wants to actually doing what it says. Yeah. You've gotten a lot better. Good job. Yeah. 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 So if God say famine, what do you do? Oop, you just clocked my T because I forgot the word immediately. You prepared for it. If he say war is coming to the land where you at, what do you do? You prepare. All of you, from whenever time you got here, when we read that in the last days this was going to be happening and that was going to be happening and this was going to be happening, right? Even if you didn't know for sure, maybe you stayed around a while and wanted to see. But guess what? You didn't just listen and not do. Now, how many people around the world do you think don't believe when God said there's going to be war and all of this? They haven't moved. They hear it. And one of the things is they say, "Oh, I already know that God is going to destroy the earth. I already know that famine is here. I already know, but what are you doing about it? What are you actually doing about the word that you read? When God says don't fornicate, are you still fornicating? When God says don't have adultery, are you still doing that? If God says don't overeat, don't practice gluttony, are you still doing it? Are you trying to stop? If he say don't lie, don't backstab, don't get over on nobody or whatever, like, are you trying? And if you did used to do those things, have you stopped any of them? Because if you did, then you heard God's teaching and you actually did something about it. You actually did something. God told CERCA, I'm tired of you doing this. I'm tired of you doing that. I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. And I read that through here. And then I start asking him, okay, if you don't like this, help me. I ain't saying I'm going to be able to quit today. But if you help me do less and less every day, then I'll get better. Do you hear me? And that's in everything. And this is the reason he hear me today, because I listen to him now. Come on. You battle with decisions. Well, are you making the decisions or are you asking God to make them for you? I used to battle with decisions too until I started, show me a sign, what you want me to do. And then, because this is the thing, and I can't say for you. One of the things that I noticed when I used to battle with decisions is because God would show me what he wanted me to do, but it didn't sound like what I wanted. And so I would say that he didn't tell me, and I didn't know what decision to make. When really he had already told me the answer and what he wanted me to do, but it didn't sound like what I wanted to do, so I would say he didn't tell me. Or I would be like, I don't know, I'm just not hearing from him. And he's screaming it in my ear, but it don't sound like what I want to do. So then I would say, well, maybe he just, you hear me? But now if he say yay or nay, that's just it. It's snowing. Hold on, y'all. It sure is again. Interesting. I thought I was tripping seeing snow out the side. I'm an overthinker and I'm always debating if it's a sign or not. Girl, listen. Ask God to make it plain for you. Sometimes he make it too plain. You be like, oh. I didn't know it was about to be that plain, but I guess so. Sometimes I don't like it when he make it plain. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because he hurt. Ask him, like, if you ask him, I think one of the times I was in my marriage, I asked him, do this man even really love me? His actions and words showed me very quickly, no. He loved himself. And the idea of the life that he want. You, it's 30 here in Georgia. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw snow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? I said, Dad, make it plain. And he made it real plain. I was like, okay. Okay. So he got into this for the wrong reasons. Interesting. I told y'all that's when he told me marry a prophet, receive a prophet's blessing. I said, he said, not marry, receive a prophet, receive a prophet. And I just looked at him. God made it real plain as to why he married me. Ain't that crazy? Some people are only around you for what they can siphon out of you. There are friends, like I said, that I introduced or they met through me. And when both of them then got what they feel like they need or whatever for me, now they over here talking crazy about me. Do you guys even remember how you met? Do y'all even remember how y'all got to know it? No. Got it. You said been there. Listen. It happens to me more times. You said stop talking about my family. Listen. It happens to me more times than I think to care, that I care to think about. Friends was having secret. It was 3 of them. They was having secret meetings, and what? So the other one wasn't telling the other one they talked to me this type thing, right? But then they would get together. No joke. And mind you, one of these people was my neighbor. One of the people I had known for about 10 years, 15 years. And 2 of the people I met in the apartments that I was living in. Okay? They all met at my house. At times, they all needed assistance from the girl that wasn't working and her husband was at work and she wasn't doing nothing with her life. These are all 3 of the same people that came and sat on my couch and cried about their life and what was wrong and why they felt like this. And I prayed with them. I got them books. I did all of that. You said that's how I got arrested. It's a real thing. You hear me? But guess what happened? By the end of it, they was clicked up and I was on the outside. The 20-year friend, the neighbor, and the chick I gave a car to. How I ended up being one lady, I built her kids' beds. So you got a car for me from free. I helped you build your kids' beds, and girl, you know how many times I done been through it with you. How did I become the bad person when I didn't benefit nothing from none of them? Nothing. Do you hear me? Maybe the friend of 20 years, couple of times she came through for me, I'll say that. But the rest of them, baby, I didn't benefit nothing from being around you. What did me being around you benefit me? Nothing. You just came to siphon. And then as soon as you felt like you had got enough and your cup was full, now you ready to go talk crazy. Got it. Baby, and I got the journal entries to prove it. Guess what? My life didn't change none. And I definitely wasn't trying to get back in none of their lives, but I guarantee you this. They was trying to get back in mine. God had told me about their secret conversations. Then let other people come in. Did you know that they be hanging out? I'm like, no. Oh, I seen them all out at such and such. I said, really? Cause she swore she couldn't stand her and don't want her around her husband. She okay. And I went right on back to reading my books. Ain't nothing changed for me. I'm still doing the same thing. You hear me? Still doing the same thing. Crazy. Absolutely insane. hmm So I've learned character. I've learned um to look at what a person is saying or not saying. I pay attention to all of that stuff because it's important. And this is why I be telling people I seen you before. I seen your character before. I seen your spirit before. Whether you slither or spin a web, I seen you. You said it. You said if you for him, he'll let you know and will. And people be thinking they getting over and don't even know you know. That's the crazy part. But you love God enough not to call him out and say, I know what you want. He been telling me. You just want to see how long they gonna go. Then they have the nerve to come back and be in your face like nothing happened, baby. Listen, let me go on and get through here. Okay. It says, when you only sit and listen, you are fooling yourselves. Hearing God's teaching and doing nothing is like looking at your face in the mirror and doing nothing about what you saw. You go away and immediately you forget how bad you looked. When you look into God's perfect law that sets people free, pay attention to it. If you do what it says, you will have God's blessings. Never just listen to his teaching and forget what you heard. Interesting. You might think you're a very religious person, but if your tongue is out of control, you are fooling yourself. James 1. Who remembers me telling y'all that when I first started studying real good, God kept giving me that page, anoint my mouth? Y'all remember? I told y'all about this. I showed y'all. Some of y'all was getting it. Y'all remember? And for like 3 months, seemed like every day I opened that book, it fell on anoint my mouth. Only let me say what you want me to say. Only let me. And so now when I say, I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back. It used to be a time when that wasn't a thing. Even how y'all saw me 3 years ago when I used to be snapping, it was worse than that. Do you hear me? It used to be real, real bad. So in time, God kept saying, hey, I want you to change the way you do this. I want you to change the way you do that. I want you to change the way you do this. I want you to change the way you say that. I want you to not talk about this. I want you to talk about that. And I used to be like, this is stupid. They can say whatever they want to me. They can do whatever they want to me. And I got to be quiet. Got it. I can't say nothing. Dad, I ain't no unk. You hear me? I ain't no. He said, I know. But I'm trying to show you something. Because sometimes you won't let the enemy tell you his plan and how he moves and what his whole reason for being here is. Let me cook. I'm trying to tell you. Come on. You hear me? Sometimes you gotta just be quiet. And the devil will tell you everything you need to know about what his plan is, why he showed up, why he came over, what. You said, woo, that's when you just know your true strength. Okay. Okay, now this is a worldly statement, but I'm about to show y'all something and then I'm going to run to the restroom. This is a grown-up statement. But I want you to think about what's really being said. Okay? Two things. I'm going to truck the fertilizer out of you. I'm going to truck the fertilizer out of you. Well, if you're getting trucked, that means it's not a good situation. They said, I'm about to mess up your life. Because if you ain't got nothing in your bowels, you about bad around here. You're not creating waste, which means you're not taking nothing in. Or they'll say, I'm about to truck your head up. Why would you want my head to be messed up? What does it mean to be sprung? Crazy. Gone. I'm about to have his head gone. I'm about to have her head gone. Why would you not want them to be in a good mental space? You said, dang, and I'm sure we've all been, yeah. And this is what I'm telling you. I started listening. Like, you want me to be crazy? You want me to be out of my mind? You want me to not be sane? Why is you telling me stuff like that? And I start like, you think it's cute. I think it's horrible. Because even if you do that, that means I have no control. Come on, to cause confusion and control. Come on, Tootie. Come on. If you losing your bowels and to be effed up ain't good. So what are you saying to me? What are you? It's a whole bunch that go into those statements. Something so simple. Words. But what is the intention behind the words? Now, back in the day, we would have been like, woo! But I guarantee you, that's the person that effed your life up too. And left you sick to the stomach, baby. Can't even eat. Barely can't. You did exactly what you said. Because my bowels is weak. They loose, they running because I'm just broke down to the floor. I got to just sit here on the toilet because watch what they say. I would have been taking my everything shower and exfoliated and ready to go. I'm trying to tell you. Listen to what people say. I'm trying to have your head gone. Why would you not want me to be strong mentally? That doesn't make any sense. And you want me to be your partner. Oh, I'm going to break you down and make you love me. Why don't you build me up to make you love you? Thank you, Tosh. Did you hear what it said? You're going to wear me down. So all I see is you, which means you're going to tear my self-esteem down. You're going to tear, oh, got it. I don't want nobody that need to wear me down. And they get mad and make it worse when you don't go loving up on them afterwards. I'm trying to tell you. You said shaking my head. For real. Yeah, Russian wind. Wear you out. I'm about to wear you out. So I'm too tired to do anything. Relationships definitely will wear you out. Mentally, baby, listen. Listen to what they be saying. How many people that told you they there for you whole time they was there for information? They was there for whatever it is that they could get out of you. I want to absorb everything I can from you. I watch that too. Because siphon is another word for absorb. Because whatever I have, it ain't going to be there if you absorb it all. That means when it absorbs, it becomes one. I don't know if I want to be one with you. I don't know if we really have a like mind. You can say we do because you see me and I've exposed myself. But who are you really? Just like if I was to start dating somebody on here, they didn't got a chance to watch me for 3 years. They know what I like. They don't want the hell. They could go back and watch and learn a lot about me. So then just come and say what they think I want them to hear because they've been watching me. But who are you really? They can hide completely who they even are because you've been watching me. You know my keys. You know, you watch my face. You know when I don't like something. You know when I get excited. You didn't have plenty of time to watch. So you could really formulate whoever you want to be to whoever you see or hear me say or whatever. That might not even be you. Like I told y'all, I got pastor friends that call me, hey sis, what's up with you? How you doing? Whole time they want a message for Sunday. But that'll be the same person to go back and talk about how God ain't using me and how I'm out of line and God doesn't do this. But you sure didn't think about that when you called to get God's message from me that you took and used and said God gave it to you or whatever it is. I can literally see things that God gave to me that people will swear up and down God gave it to them to do, but they didn't say it until after I did it, which is crazy. Did he or did you see me? I want to show y'all a difference in something, then I'm going to go to. Because character means a lot. So, when I was 27 or so, 26, 25, I tell y'all that the mask they wear and then double back. Listen, I told you I used to model, right? And so there was this man that I started modeling for his company. And then I told him, you know, he was an older man. And I went to him and I asked him, I said, can I pay you to teach me the business? Not your business, but just the modeling, you know, because I was trying to get into having my own models and this type thing, right? So this man said to me, no, you cannot pay me to teach you the business, but you can work for me and learn it for free. I'm not going to pay you anything, but you don't have to go to school or come out of no money either for it. I'm going to teach you. Right? That was upfront. I want to do the same thing that you're doing or get into the industry. Might not do it the same way you doing it, but I would like to. Okay? So he started teaching me. I had a friend. He was going to teach her too. She never came to work. She never showed up. She never did this or that, right? I put in the work. So once my stuff started getting up and running, guess who about to start a modeling agency? And as soon as I would tell her, this is what I'm doing, I got my models doing this, I got my models doing that, all of a sudden now her models is doing the same thing. You're a vulture. I went to this man and asked for the opportunity. You're trying to steal. It's not the same. That's like me working at a place, Walmart, and saying, I'm going to take whatever I want from Walmart and start my business. I'm going to take what I see Walmart already got established and steal from them, talk crazy about them, but then take from them to start my thing. Interesting. It's always easier to build something off the back of somebody else. It's always easiest to steal somebody else's plan that they had to come up with. With a product logo on your, baby, listen. It's done happened to me more than once. In too many different areas. I wanted to start a mobile beauty shop. All of a sudden, this person is starting a mobile beauty shop. I come up with a line for hair. They done took my stuff, gave it a name, and put a label on it, trying to sell it online. And it was my daughter's idea. Trying to tell you, I don't. That was very real. Sounds like a fair exchange for both. Exactly. I went asking, can you show me? I didn't go acting like I wanted to be his model and whole time I'm writing down information so I can turn around and use. No, I went to him up front and said, hey, can you help me? I'll pay you or whatever. He said, I'm not going to charge you nothing. I'm going to show you. Oh, girl, sitting back taking notes, thinking about how she going to use it for herself and ain't putting that damn time in. And then damn near was trying to take my models. Well, I know you be walking with her, but I'm about to You didn't think they was gonna come back and tell me? You heard he was gonna give me an opportunity. And so you waited till I went out the room to ask him how you can get in on the opportunity too. He offered it to me. You had to ask. Don't come around me trying to scheme and steal my stuff. Go ahead and create your own. in whatever atmosphere that is. It's some people around you. The only thing they want to do is siphon what you got, try to discredit your name so they can take what you have for themselves. I've seen it a million times. Hell, even in my own family. There are people that told me my parenting skills and how I parented my kids was stupid. It was this, they was going to be this, and they was going to be that. And now a lot of them have patterned their same parenting skills after the way that I parent my children. So it was bad until you could use it for yourself. You said learn the hard way. We are not all the same. Ain't. So when I tell people I seen you before, when you try to backdoor me or you think that God ain't gonna let me, he lets me know. One, because this was a part of my suffering when I had to go and see that people swore up and down they was for me, and come to find out they was in my life for what they could get, or the recognition, or whatever else it was. And I people. And the word is what taught me to pay attention to that. People's intentions, babe. I'm trying to tell you. It's crazy. Anyway, your careless talk makes your offerings to God worthless. The worship that God wants is this: caring for orphans or widows who need help, and keeping yourself free from the world's evil influence. Ooh, I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. And you'll ride past the homeless person. You'll talk about the church, the lady that come to church and her kids is dirty. And when you can go buy them new, you don't. You buy them used. But you sanctified and you saved. You hear me? Do you understand? It's on the rewatch, girl. You hear me? Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. All of that, baby, and mean as a junkyard dog. Glory to his name. You're walking through the store singing so everybody know you a Christian. You got your cross on you. You got all of these different things on you. God said, who is you trying to prove it to, them or me? He said, because the person that's trying to do what I need them to do, they going to watch their mouth. They going to be worried about the people that got less than them. And they actions line up with what they say. And even when they could, they stand away from the things that they know God is not pleased with. Y'all remember I said it's a lot of things I could be doing. Do I do them? No. Can I? Easily. Easily. Easily I could do it. There's nothing stopping me. Easily I could do it. I could do it. Do the thoughts come to my mind? All the time. Do the situations present themselves? All the time. But the difference is, one, I know what it brings, and two, I want God to be pleased with my life. No, I'm not perfect. Is this mouth like a sailor? A lot of times. Is he working on it? Every day. But it's not a lot of reckless stuff that comes out of my mouth anymore. It's not a lot of careless things that I have to apologize for anymore. My job fed us for Thanksgiving, and I went to get gas. Afterward, a homeless man was sitting outside, and I gave him the food and pie. Come on. Come on. In real life. In real life. In real life. Y'all don't have hear me say we givers over here no more, hardly do y'all. Y'all hear me say that? Oh, excuse me, I need to go blow my nose, y'all. My allergies and all of this in my throat. But do y'all ever really hear me say that anymore? No. You know why? You know why? Because I knew a lot of y'all wasn't givers when you first came over here, but now you are, so why beat a dead horse? You a giver. I don't have to keep saying it. You a giver. I don't have to say it no more. We passed that point already. Now, in the beginning, had to repeat it every day, several times a day. We givers over here. We givers over here. We givers over here. We givers over here. We givers, 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 givers. And now, are you a giver? A giver of kind words, a giver of comfort, a giver of finances, a giver of clothes, a giver of rides, a giver of gas, a giver of whatever else. Do you now have a spirit of giving, even if you did? And even if you was a giver before, has the way that you give changed? Do you now look out for the people on the street? When maybe every once in a while did it. Now you, like you said, you went to the gas, you can't, your heart won't even let you walk past them without giving them something. Without judging them about what they might do with it. You said the way I give has changed. Okay, that's why we don't got to talk about we givers no more, because I know y'all be giving. You cannot stay in constant contact with God and be selfish. You can stay in contact with religion and be selfish, but not God. So people's like, oh, I'm not. Okay, well, don't tell me how close you is to God and you not worried about nobody else. When I say I'm not worried about nobody else, I'm not saying that I'm not worried about nobody else, how they live or whatever. I'm not focused on your life to where I'm not focused on my life. Some people need to worry about their life and not everybody else's. You see what I'm saying? Some people be so worried about trying to figure you out that they don't even know their own self. You don't need to worry about my relationship with God, nothing. What you need to be worried about is how yours is looking. Have you met the quotas that God is asking you to meet? Have you spread the word to the people that you're supposed to spread the word to? If we can put an example to this, it's like the pastor is up in the Just imagine the pastor being up in the pulpit, and the Lord said, y'all see my arms? And somebody just comes. Now, mind you, this pastor then built this church, right? Maybe from the ground up. Maybe somebody gave it to him. But he done built the church up, got it turned around, got it moving, got it moving. And then he in the middle of teaching, and somebody just walk up on the pulpit and snatch it from him and start trying to preach to the people. Up there tussling. Well, he built the foundation for it. But now that it's up and running, you want to take credit for the people that he might have went out there and got, for the people that he didn't pray with, for the people. Now you want to. How about you go pour your own foundation? You can't build on somebody else's foundation. They purchased the land. They poured the foundation. That's like me purchasing some land, pouring my foundation, and I come back in 2 weeks and a whole nother person is building on top of what I already built. What is you doing? You need to go find a spot for you and build on your own foundation. You need to get that land together, go get your tractors and do your thing. Don't try to build on my foundation. That's like you buying a house and before your move-in day, you go in there and another family that moved in. You wasn't there when we had to find the land. You wasn't there when we had to negotiate the price. You wasn't there when we picked out the candles, the cabinets and the flooring and how much square footage. You didn't have to work no overtime to get it, but you want to come in and build your foundation on somebody else's. Interesting. And then take the credit. Like you did all the hard work. You said people love taking other folks' property and do ideas and everything, babe. Trying to tell you. Whole imposter. Trying to tell you. Here we go. So it says that worship that God wants, the worship that God wants is this: caring for orphans and widows who need help and keeping yourself free from the world's evil influence. This is the kind of worship that God accepts as pure and good. Crazy. It's real crazy. You hear me? Absolutely nuts. When you look and you see people's motives, why they do the things that they do, it's monumental. It's mind-blowing to me. You hear me? But when you get into the word, you know the spirits you're dealing with. You know them. Whether you say you can see them or not, you can. You hear me? A plant can't grow without roots. Some people only see the end result. You said, so you telling me I can't take someone's stuff and say, look how the Lord, but come on. Brown Dove. God did not let you come up. If you done took somebody else's stuff and said, oh my God, God blessed me with this. No, he didn't. You took it. You schemed up on it. You, whatever it else, whatever you did. You, prime example. And I hate to say this, and I'm going to let this go. My parent used to come to my house. There's a thing called plagiarism, and intellectual property theft too. She would come to my house, and there would be people there, and I told y'all this story before, and it used to blow me because I didn't quite get it. But when she would see how high these people were speaking of me, or certain things that they were saying as to why they were there in my presence, right? I wouldn't be listening to her if I was you. I mean, y'all can listen to her, but I won't. Well, why is you here? You be trying to get over here too. What is your reason for telling them not to listen to me? Because you wouldn't even be hearing it if you wasn't here. And so sometimes they would kind of look at me like, you want to know why? Because nobody was listening to her. And because the things that she was prophesying in their life wasn't happening. So she would come into my spaces and sow poison. And she did it in more than one situation. And then those people come back and say, dang, this is what happened. I said, why is you here if you just here to sow poison? I'm gonna need you to go on and ride out. I don't need it. I didn't ran into enough snakes. I didn't ran into enough spiritual partners and all of that kind of stuff. And whole time, while they was looking me in my face, they was pouring poison in my water. Whole time. Or it kept me too busy to be her kick dog. I was too busy to worry about why you don't like me. I was too busy to worry about why you talking about me and what you think of my life. And then you come and you see that the things that you're telling everybody is my bad stuff is actually helping people. And so now I mean, literally, who tells somebody I wouldn't help them if I were you? I wouldn't do this if I were you. These are things that my family members have said to people this is why I don't let my family in my life. But when I did, you can see that God is using this person, either me to bless them or them to bless me. And you want to tear that up? You see this person's life, so what? You want them to follow you? You want them to come, you don't even know them like that. It says, ones that say they love you the most want your demise. Listen, I've learned. Or just to be destitute without nothing. I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you. And I've seen it time and time and time and time again. And that's why I don't care if you say, oh, I love God or God called me. I don't care about that. I want to see how you going to treat me. I want to see how you treat other people. I want to see God working in you, not just hear about it. Do you hear me? Because I know people that'll walk through their house speaking in tongues out loud with the windows open. But that's the same person that'll talk about stabbing somebody in the heart in 10 minutes and killing them because they said something they don't like. Or having secret conversations about how a person thinks that they're this and thinks that, like, I've seen all of the situations. You can tell me you my sister, but do you act like my sister? You can tell me you my brother, but brothers and sisters have a certain sibling relationship that be strong most time. Unless you like Cleopatra and her brothers and sisters. It is not a coincidence that power is one of the 7 ruling spirits. You said checking for the fruit and not the barren garden. Come on now. So, now you act and talk and at me up to others. Up! Now up! When I tell you secret conversations has been in my ear like this, it's like it's right here. And all I keep hearing is secret conversations. I need to know who's having them. That's what I want him to tell me now. He keeps telling me about secret conversations, but he's not telling me who's having them. My sister and I argue worse than cats and dogs, but she's my sister and nobody else can do that part. You heard me? I'm just waiting. I'm like, who? Who? Who is doing it? Because it's right here on my ear. At first it was like, secret conversations. And then it was secret conversations, secret conversations, secret conversations, secret conversations, secret conversations, secret. I'm like, okay, who is it? Just tell me. Is it somebody from a long time ago? Is it somebody right now? Who is it? Who are they? Please tell me. But again, this could be about something that ain't even happened yet. I know, but that, okay, just like I said, he was telling me 4 years ago about what was going on right now. I feel it like it's happening right now. It might not be for 2 weeks that the secret conversation happens, but just like I kept telling y'all, right, just like I kept telling y'all, I feel like somebody is watching me that I don't really mess with, and then my sister, and I have been saying that for a week. Well, it didn't get proved until like 5-6 days later. And then I went and saw, and the person was, and I blocked them again. Oh, okay, because I was feeling that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if it's happening right now, if it's about to happen. I don't know. I just know that it's in the air. Do you see what I'm saying? It could be my family. I don't know. I just know that my name is coming up in conversations that people don't think that God hear and he do. And even though he hasn't told me exactly what is going on in the conversations, he's telling me that they're happening. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it almost feels like whispers. Now, I can't hear no voices or nothing, but it's like right here on, you know how when a person put their hot breath on your ear and they be like, and you be like, you can almost feel the moisture on your ear, like, back up. You don't have to be that close to my ear telling me. It's almost like that. So, who knows? I don't know when, where, how. But I know in my dreams, it's been secret things That people, like I just told y'all with the dream with my ex-husband, he didn't think I knew about the lady, but I knew about the lady, and then she ended up showing up at the hotel we was at in the dream. He looked surprised when he found out that I already knew. He was like, right, I already knew, I just didn't say nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? And then she popped up off the page, because as soon as we went downstairs and went to the pool, she was there. So that was God letting me know there's someone around you or in your life, or that has been, because he's from my past now. So it could be a past person I don't know, but they think I don't know, but God has already put me on just because I didn't say nothing. They think they getting away with it. But it's going to come out as soon as I go somewhere else or another situation arises. It'll be out. God gave all the tea, and does. And does. So, I don't know if it's family. I don't know who it is. But I know for a fact that it's happening, because it won't go away. It won't go away. So, even with that, that's why I say with this, you can say a whole bunch, but is that really you? You can do a whole bunch, but your reason for doing it is what's important. Do you hear me? It's a lot of people that sit up in the church, but they not living nothing. They can quote scriptures, but they not living nothing. Do you hear me? He do. Actions speak louder than words. Do. So my faith, the ugly things that I've been through, the grueling things that I had to live through, it's for right now. Yeah. You will know them by their fruit, baby. Listen, and people don't even understand what that means. Shantae, they be like, how did you know that? Listen, I done had to study a lot of folks, be around a lot of people, corporate America, in the hood, everywhere. And most times, people be about the same. They be about the same. Still snowing. Oh, it's going to snow till about 3. Okay. All right. Well, I love y'all. I'm about to go. You said the church people can be the rudest people that treat service workers horrible. Baby, listen. I got talked about, like I said, when I told y'all, people was like, if you want money, you should be doing this. And if you want, leave me alone. Because the way you trying to tell me to live, the way you want me to do things, that ain't what God asked me to do. How you treat others says a lot about you. Listen. And this is why there was people around me that would say crazy stuff like, I didn't feel like you deserved it. Well, thank God you weren't the person that had to give it to me. Just like with my calling. People told me that God didn't call me. Good thing you weren't there when he formed me in my mother's womb. Good thing you wasn't there when he took me away from my mama's house at 11. Do you hear me? What you feel about it and what you think, it doesn't matter. You know? Love you, TT, and thank you for your faithfulness to share your knowledge with us. I got y'all overleaning. That's the thing. God kept me out so I could. But I also, it ain't just about biblical stuff. You have to understand the people that you are dealing with, or you will keep falling in the same holes. But one of the things that the Bible does is teach you character. Do you hear me? He teach you how to be. He teach you how to move. And you can tell me you move in one way, but it's going to show if you not. Yeah. I love y'all. I got to go check on my vegetables. I'll see y'all later.